utensil. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Dude makes art with a grill, spatula, oven, pan, whatever cooking utensil you give him. Taste buds are his canvas. But anyways, like if you're at a loss at how to draw, a good warm-up that I've been using for years that I actually really love is just, and this works with anything, like it works better with digital because you can make the layer a little bit more see-through, but I'll explain in a second. Literally just take any kind of writing utensil, do anything, and just, and listen, I know you're laughing, just bear with me, this is a legit thing, and this is an actual serious thing. If you're doing it digitally, you're going to want to make a new layer and fade this one out a little bit so you can see what you're doing. If you're working on paper, you're going to want to do this with a thinner pencil or a lighter grade pencil and not push very hard so it only comes up very light. And what you're going to do is you're just going to start looking for forms in the middle of this. And for some reason, like, I don't know if I just have like a hang up with noses. Maybe my nose is like quite large, I don't know. But like you just look for a form and figure out a way to start. And when I do this, they often have like large noses for some reason. So like over here, I can see like this little curve right here. This looks like it could be part of a nostril. So you start with that. And then this thing over here becomes like a large thing. This looks awful. Hold on. I'm going to draw the mouth first so you guys have context to where I'm going with that. Oh, man. That looked really bad for a second. But no, like, you know, you get this large curve right over here. And this looks like it could be the actual, like, bridge and larger part of the nose. Do they have drawing idea generators? Oh, yeah, dude. What I had done for about a solid year was there's this book called 300 Drawing Prompts. And I challenged myself to draw one a day for the entirety of the 300 days. And it's just like little things. Like it's just like a flower or like a mansion. Well, mansion's not a little thing. But, you know, it's just like literally like 2-word prompts. It's called gotcha games. Oof. Alright, and then from there, like once you have your basic forms that you kind of like saw in these scribbles, you could kind of deviate from them. And then do whatever fits the drawing. And then maybe even follow them like as you get a little bit further down. Maybe you could have like a small chin or something. This 2D anime JPEG. There you go, whatever works for you. This smug face. I like this face. It's really cool. You like this idea? Like, I'm glad because like this is something I've like, I haven't used it a lot for myself recently, but I always love pimping this idea out because I've gotten some really, really cool results from this, and I don't even remember where I found it, which is upsetting, because I would have like really, really put this person's stuff out there. I think it was like a YouTube video, but I don't even remember. But yeah, no, it's just a little idea to kind of get you motivated, and sometimes I do it when I'm like, I want to start just drawing just for the sake of doodling something, but I don't really know what I want to draw or if I'm just not feeling it, and you just kind of, you know, you just rock with it. And then from there, you kind of get motivated because, like, the drawing is already started. Hey guys, that was just a small demo from an earlier art stream that I wanted to highlight, as I've ended up referring back to it several times since I was actually live doing that. As I said in the video, the Scribble test is something that I have done for a very long time, and it's not something I need to do constantly, but when I'm having those days where I feel like I can't quite draw something, it's just, like, it's something I could really fall back on, and the whole purpose of this thing, this little Scribble test, is not to get, like, a masterpiece drawing right out of nowhere. Not that I'm capable of that, but, you know, it's pretty much to get your brain going. It's to get you thinking in a new way. It's taking a new perspective, and then from there, you get to move on to better drawings. Almost like small talk. You know how you ask someone how their day was, and then you find something more interesting, and you latch onto that, and then you keep talking to each other about different things, and, you know, conversation flows. This is just sort of like artistic small talk. When you find yourself at a loss of what to say with your mind and put on paper, you just scribble a little bit indiscriminately and then look through those little scribbles to find something of worth to you and to get you thinking. And to add to this example, which I think I summed it up and demoed it really well on stream, and playing in the background right now is just a sped up version of when I was just talking to people and running with the idea. I actually did 2 more on the side because I wanted to show you guys different ways that you could take this, because I also wanted to revisit this. I wanted to see what else I could pull from this, because as said on stream, for some reason I always tend to pull a nose out of this thing, or like, you know, just a face, and then I work with that. But I wanted to do two different things here. So this first one that's coming up here is I actually wanted to find a little bit of depth in here. So you could see I highlighted in blue which line I chose from this first drawing, and I saw like an inward direction, so I figured that could almost be like a leg sitting outward. And I did a few sketches before landing on this guy right here, who I just kind of designed around the legs sitting there. And it's just sort of me just kind of like hashing out, because I don't usually start a drawing at the leg. I start with the head and the face. And you can see there's a lot wrong with that drawing of him. It's like really crammed into that square. Proportions are a little bit iffy. And then you can see I stray from like the actual curves I was going for. But that's fine. That's good. Again, nothing about this is exact. There's no science here. You're literally just sort of exploring your brain in this weird abstract kind of way. But from here, I had a new character, and I had some things to sit on. Like, who is this guy? Where is he sitting? Why is he really laughing at that chicken wing? And then from there, I kind of drew another sketch next to him of this dude. I kind of fleshed out the design I worked with in that initial sketch a little more. And I could go a mile and a half with this, as most artists could. You could design a friend for him. You could design, like, maybe a log cabin. Dude looks like he lives in the woods anyway. And from there, it's just fair game. And it's just good for one of those days where you're really not feeling it. And I've also got on the side here, I've got my second one, where this time I actually wanted to go take a look at some scenery I could do. So I plug in, again, the same scribble, actually, from the first one. I just reused it, and I wanted to find something else. So I could, again, I highlighted in blue which curves I was looking at, and I thought it looked a little bit like a mushroom, so I drew that. And fantasy settings are not my forte. I've dabbled every once in a while when just sort of doodling. I think there's a few things buried in my Instagram of, like, there's like one of an elf or something, but he's mostly just humanoid. He's got sharp ears. That's the cheap elf, the loreless elf. But I wanted to go a different direction, so I drew like kind of a rat creature type thing. And this was not the way I envisioned it. I actually ended up looking up a couple different hairstyles, and then for some reason I decided to go a little bit more punk with it. You know, like I decided to give them regular clothes and whatever it is, but I didn't want to make them too humanoid. So I actually made sure the legs were a little bit more rodent looking. I kept the proportions very thin, but kept the base of the torso very chunky. And then I started working around it. If they're sitting under a mushroom, you got to draw everything else to scale. So there's like a giant snail back there peering around the mushroom. For some reason, every time I draw like scenery like this, I like to draw the bottom roots of a tree. So I added that back there. And I think I might paint this one. But again, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to show you guys a full painting. That's not the point of the Scribble test. The Scribble test is mostly, again, just to get your brain moving, to get your mind thinking in a new way, and it's sort of that stepping stone to a better idea, or even as a warm-up before you start working on, like, work that you care about, like commission work. It's just something a little crazy to just kind of doodle on before working on another project, and I really wish I knew who told me this. I learned about this, like, something about 7-8 years ago, and I haven't been able to find out who passed this to me, but I just want to pass it on to you guys. I want to pay it forward. It's just invaluable to me. Every time somebody tells me, hey, I'm having like artist block, I always volunteer this little drill as the first thing, and I think it's better to have a comprehensive video on this explaining it a little bit further rather than just uploading a straight Twitch highlight, because I do feel like the demo was very nice during that live stream, but I just wanted to give a little bit extra meat and potatoes on this, and also I could skirt the amount of times we were talking about Persona series' Igor and the comparisons to him and this guy who we ended up naming E4 for the stream. But yeah, no, let me know what you guys think. If you guys use this, by all means, send me the ideas you come up with in the comments. Send the scribbles you used. Pass them around to your friends. Pass this on to your other artist friends. Get people creating, you know? Like, I really like to see what you guys do with this, if it works out for you. If you've got any other artistic drills you want me to try, I'll put those on a video, or I'll do them on my art streams. It could be fun. And, of course, where would I be without my patrons, Deanna, Tiana, Elena? Thank you guys so much for supporting me. If any of you guys watching this want to support me, even if for 1 month, it is like a cheap commission. I draw you guys another thing, not limited to video games, a customized thank you from me to you, as well as getting early access to all of my stuff, full resolution follower drawings. Half the stuff I'm putting on Twitter is actually half the size of the original file that I work with. So if you guys want a nice desktop background of the character I drew for you, or somebody I drew for somebody else, all of those are available on my Patreon. You guys could go check that out. Link is in the description. Follow me as well on all my other social media accounts. I recently revived my DeviantArt from the dead. I rebranded it. It matches everything else now, and it's also a lot easier to see all the Twitch follower drawings on there. They're categorized in one gallery. Please go check that out if you have the chance. And, of course, if you watched this far, thank you. I appreciate you, seriously, and I'll see you guys in the next one.